Debbie with the Food Prepping channel, and today I'm going to take you along on a journey that I've never even been on myself. We're going to fix stuffed eggplant. I've never eaten eggplant before in my life, have no idea what it tastes like, but I've been reading about it and I'm seeing some recipes, and I'm going to kind of put my own take on this eggplant. And I've got about a tablespoon and a half of canola oil heating up in my frying pan here, and I'm going to cut the tips off of these. I'm going to make stuffed eggplant, so I'm going to cut the tips off of these, and then you go all the way down the center and cut them in half, and then you take your knife and go around the edge of the eggplant, and I'm going to get the eggplant out of this, we'll call it the shell. We'll say the shell. We're going to get the eggplant out of this shell, and then I'm going to put it into my cast iron skillet right here and cook this eggplant. And then I've got a recipe that I'm going to show you, but right now I need to, and eggplant, as soon as you cut it, you can see it already starts turning brown. So I'm going to get this eggplant out of, I've got 4 here that I'm fixing, so that will be 8 stuffed eggplants. And I'm going to get this eggplant out of here, put it in my cast iron skillet, and cook it until it's done, and I'll bring you back. Alright, I wanted to bring you back. I've got the insides of the eggplant, and see, they've turned brown, but I'm going to stuff them, so it's going to be okay. All these are going to, it says it's okay if they turn brown. But I've cut up 2 small onions, and I'll show you this in just a minute. I have the eggplant in here cooking with water and extra virgin olive oil and pepper. And I did put some salt in here, even though it says that eggplant doesn't need any salt. Now I've got water in here in this. Let me show you this. Alright, this is what the eggplant looks like, and I'm kind of steaming it in my cast iron skillet, and I'm going to steam the onions, and I'm going to use tomatoes in this, and I'm going to use ground beef in this. And like I said, this is just kind of my own recipe, but I did cut up 4 eggplants, got all of the eggplant out of them and have the peeling there. Here's the eggplant. I cut up 2 yellow onions, and I'm just letting these cook and get soft. Everything needs to be soft, and when this gets done, I'll bring you back. Okay, I wanted to bring you back. I'm kind of doing this recipe as I go. So I put a half a green pepper in there. It calls for, most of the time it says red peppers, but I didn't have any red peppers, so I just put a green pepper in, and a green bell pepper. And then I have this minced garlic with olive oil, and I'm going to put, y'all know I don't really like garlic, but I'm going to put about that much in there. That's probably a teaspoon of garlic. And then this is all cooking in here. And I'm going to add a can of Hunt's stewed tomatoes, the 14.5 ounce can of that. I'm going to put that in here. And then I have a 14.5 ounce can of diced spicy red pepper. So, I guess that'd be my red pepper. I shouldn't have put green in here, but that's okay. Alright, so I have these in here. And I'm going to cook all this together. I'm doing all this before I cook the ground beef. So I can just put this all in a bowl and then cook the ground beef in here. But I am mixing this all up now. And when I get back to the ground beef, I'll bring you back. Okay, I've got my ground beef cooking. I've already put the eggplant and the stewed and diced tomatoes in here with onions and green peppers and a little bit of garlic and the eggplant. And so that's in here. I'm cooking the hamburger, ground beef. Well, this is ground chuck, I'm sorry. I'm cooking this, and when this gets ready, I'll put it in with this, and then I'm going to fill up the eggplant boats, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next when I bring you back. Alright, I'm having to switch pans because it's not enough room in this to stuff these eggplants, so I'm doing the bottom with extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to move these over here. That and put it up, please. Okay, and here's my hamburger ground beef stuff that I'm going to fill these with, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to fill these up with this. And I've never had this before, so like I said, we're going along on this together because this is totally my recipe for this, but I've never had eggplant before. So I'm going to fill up all of these with the eggplant and the ground beef and the tomatoes and the garlic and the onions and the green peppers, and then I've got a surprise for the top. And I'm going to have a lot of this left. But I'm going to fill them up. Alright, you can see that I'm filling these up to the very top. And when I get ready to put the rest of it together, I'll bring you back. Okay, this is what I'm going to put. This here is the eggplant, and now I'm going to put about a cup of, I've got Kroger breadcrumbs, Italian breadcrumbs. I'm going to put about a cup of that, maybe a little bit more. Alright, and then I have Parmesan Reggiano shredded cheese. And I'm going to put probably about a half a cup of that in here. And then I have parsley flakes. And I'm just going to put some of those in here. I'm going to mix all this up. Alright, and then I'm going to pour, I'm just going to drizzle some extra virgin olive oil in this bowl. and I'm going to make a topping for it, for each of these, the eggplants shells to go on top of it. So I need to drizzle a little bit more in there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the spoon. This is all mixed up. I'm going to take the spoon and I'm going to just put this on top, and this is going to make a crunchy little topping for each one of them. Like I said, this is just my recipe. I put this together. I'm going to see what it tastes like. Alright, I have some left, so my darling daughter is pushing it all down and getting it on top so it'll be crunchy. Alright, now there this is, and I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil. I've had my oven preheating for 350. I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil and cook it like that for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to take the top off and cook it more for about 30 more minutes. So it'll be a total of 45 minutes. Everything's pretty much all done, but I just want to get it all the flavors in there together, and so it'll taste really good. So I'll bring you back when it's finished. Okay, I'm back, and here is the stuffed eggplant. Now I'm getting ready to taste it. My kids have tasted it, and they like it with ketchup. I'm going to see whether I like it like this or whatever. Alright, here I go. Okay. So this is eggplant. Well, it's definitely different. It probably will be better with ketchup. It's not something that I think I would. Let me give it another taste and see. It definitely has a different taste. Kind of a bitter taste. I don't know. It's definitely different. The kids love it, but like I said, they've got ketchup on it, so I'm going to try it with ketchup, and I'll be right back. Okay, now here it is with the ketchup. The kids say that it tastes a whole lot better with ketchup, so I'm going to try it with the ketchup and see if I like it. My daughter says it tastes like mushrooms. I don't know. It's definitely a little different, but I can eat it. I mean, it's good. I don't know what vegetable I'd fix with it because it's already got the kitchen sink in it. But anyway, here it is, and my kids are loving it. So this is the stuffed eggplant. If you like my recipe, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And you have a good day. Bye.